The most common in Ukraine are cars with a 1.6-liter engine. Less common are 1.8-liter turbocharged versions brought to us from abroad, but a 125 horsepower aspirated 1.8-liter, as well as diesel modifications, is very difficult to find. The simple 8-valve 1.6-liter engine is highly reliable and unpretentious. It turned out to be so successful that many VW models are still equipped with it. But the gasoline 1.8-liter turbocharged engine with a capacity of 150 or 180 horsepower with different boost pressure is much more finicky. First of all, you should remember the rules of good manners when dealing with the turbine. Firstly, before the trip, it should be warmed up for at least 3 to 4 minutes. Secondly, after an active drive, do not immediately turn off the engine, let it idle a little. The fact is that oil is supplied to the turbine impeller bearings by a pump, which does not work after the engine is turned off. The lack of cooling of the heated impeller leads to coking of the lubricant and accelerated wear of the shaft bearings. Thirdly, you need to carefully observe the timing of replacing the air filter. In addition, supercharged motors are very sensitive to the quality of the oil and require its timely replacement. Otherwise, the turbine may fail prematurely. Subject to these recommendations, the turbine resource is up to 300,000 kilometers repairing this node, although it will cost less than buying a new one, about $1,000, nevertheless, flies a pretty penny, $300, $350. The timing of all power units is driven by a belt, which the manufacturer recommends changing along with the tension roller every 120,000 kilometers. True, this period is prescribed only for branded parts. It is advisable to change non-original ones at least twice as often, every 60,000 kilometers. During this procedure, service workers are advised to change the camshaft seals, as well as check the operation of the water pump. It is also driven by the timing belt, and, if necessary, replace it. Cars were equipped with 5-speed manual transmissions and 4-speed automatic. According to the manufacturer's recommendations in the mechanics and in the automatic, the oil is designed for the entire service life of the unit. However, the service workers still advise changing the lubricant in a manual gearbox after 120,000 kilometers, and in an automatic one, after 60,000 kilometers. These units do not create any serious problems during operation. The clutch resource directly depends on the owner's driving style. Before replacement, it nurses an average of 200,000 kilometers, but some sportsmen killed it without even driving 10,000 kilometers. When replacing the clutch on turbocharged versions, pay attention to the flywheel. With active driving, it often overheats and the metal acquires a blue tint, after which cracks appear on it. To avoid problems in the future, it is better to replace such a flywheel. All-wheel drive versions of the A3 Quattro were not officially delivered to us. It is difficult to find such cars among the copies imported from abroad. Thanks to the use of a time-tested design, the A3 suspension turned out to be reliable and durable. In front-wheel drive versions, McPherson is installed in front, a conventional semi-dependent beam in the back, and only in all-wheel drive versions are both suspensions independent. The suspension will require attention not earlier than after 80 to 100,000 kilometers. But even when the X hour comes, its bulkhead will not hit your pocket hard. After all silent blocks and ball bearings change separately from the levers. The steering on all versions is equipped with a hydraulic booster, but servotronic, changing effort depending on the speed of movement, was offered as an option. In order for the power steering to serve for a long time, service workers advise not to hold the steering wheel in the extreme position, but turning it all the way, let go a couple of degrees back. Steering rods and tips are also reliable. Before 100,000 kilometers they will not have to be replaced. All versions of the A3 were equipped with disc brakes only. There are no problems with them. Audi A3 has not gained wide popularity in Ukraine because of the high price for C-Class cars. For example, the basic version of the 3 rubles cost $1,500 more than the related VW Golf 4. Therefore, our motorists in most cases preferred the model from Wolfsburg. At the same time, A3 can be recommended to those motorists who want to stand out in the mass of Golf-class models. When buying a 3 ruble note, you can overpay for it, especially since it will please you with reliability and high-quality workmanship, and the price of its spare parts is no higher than for a single-platform Golf 4.